guys? So coming to you this morning with the weekend preview for Saturday, August 31st, the end of August. We are closing the month out with pretty much the fight of the month, in my opinion. This fight is really an exciting one coming up, and I can't wait to see it. You got Vasily, let's break down all the action first. There is another card besides the Lomachenko card on ESPN. And we're going to start with that one. I'm going to go lesser to higher and finish with the main event of the day, in my opinion. But this fight is actually the main event of a Fox card. It'll see Erislandy Lara, former world champion, battling Ramon Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez's brother. He'll be battling him for the vacant WBA regular championship at 154 pounds, which is super welterweight. We were supposed to have Caleb Truax and Peter Quillin, the rematch between those two, which would have been a final eliminator for a super middleweight title, but Truax pulled something in training. That fight had to be rescheduled. Side note, Peter Kid Chocolate Quillin will return on September 21st instead. But this main event between Alvarez and Lara, say what you want about it. It's for a vacant belt. Lara is still one of the top guys at 154, but Ramon Alvarez is just way past it. And even when he was at his best, he wasn't that great of a fighter. So the fact that they're allowing him to fight for the vacant title, I think is, kind of a joke. But I think they're just trying to get Lara a championship back around his waist. So, the winner's going to fight Michel Soro of France. And I think Lara's going to dominate the action in this one. I could see Lara stopping Alvarez if he puts his foot on the gas pedal and goes for it, which I think he will. I don't think he really has to worry about Alvarez with any kind of one-punch power unless he just gets caught silly by something ridiculous and gets knocked out. But I think it's very, very low risk worry for a loss here for Lara. I think he's coming in a heavy favorite. I think he's going to dominate the action. I could see him ending the fight in the later rounds. But I think we're leaning more towards a decision victory here, as he'll claim the WBA regular belt at 154. So that's Saturday. I believe the whole card starts about 7 o'clock at night on Fox. So the undercard, though, nothing really to talk about in my opinion, but the main event, is going to feature my number 3 super welterweight in the world. So check out Lara. A lot of people know him. Now, the big card that day is taking place from England, and it all kicks off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that'll be on ESPN+. For me, the undercard, couple decent guys, but nobody special until the co-feature and the main event. So the co-feature, not sure what time this is going to be on. It should be on sometime in the afternoon. I'm thinking if they're showing the whole card on ESPN+, I'm thinking between 4 and 5 when the main event starts. Co-feature might be a little bit before that. But the co-feature is a big heavyweight attraction. It's got former world champion Alexander Povetkin, who's currently my number 8 heavyweight in the world right now. He's taking on Hughie Fury, which is Tyson Fury's cousin. Hughie Fury's a former world title challenger. So this is an interesting heavyweight battle right here. You got Povetkin, pretty much 40-year-old former world champion. He took on Anthony Joshua last year. Was actually doing pretty well. It's a pretty even fight. He was landing the big power shots before Joshua knocked him out last September. So he still has a lot of the tools there. He's still crafty. He's trying to close out his career with one big run towards another world title and then see what happens after that. But Povetkin has always been entertaining. This guy's been, for the better part of 13 years now, he's been one of the top heavyweights in the world. And I really enjoy watching this guy fight. So he should definitely bring it. Hughie Fury's tall, like his cousin Tyson, but just not as aggressive. He's had 2 chances against world-class competition. He took on Joseph Parker for the world title a couple years ago. It was kind of a dull fight. He didn't really do much. And Parker just pressed the action a little more and got a majority decision. Then last year, he took on Kubrat Pulev for the IBF title final eliminator and got dominated. Pulev completely outboxed him. So interesting battle. This is kind of third time's a charm for him. He's got to prove himself in this one against another top 10 guy. Personally, I think Povetkin's going to dominate Fury, and I think he's likely going to knock him out. Povetkin does not really let guys go deep into fights, and I think Povetkin's gonna, like I said, dominate. I'd say middle to later rounds, he'll stop Fury. I believe it could go to a decision though if Fury just kind of keeps himself off the gas pedal, and and either way, Povetkin's gonna win. In my opinion, a one-sided fight, but you never know. Maybe Povetkin's hit that wall and Fury is actually going to step up and do something big. So we'll see what happens. That's the co-feature on Saturday. The main event, though, huge fight. Unified lightweight champion and my pound-for-pound king, Vasily Lomachenko, will defend his 2 belts and also challenge for the vacant WBC lightweight title, which is 135 pounds, against former world title challenger and the WBC's current mandatory #1 contender, Luke Campbell, 2012 Olympic gold medalist. Been around a while, a few years now, and just a very solid fighter. In his prime, mind you, taking on Lomachenko. I can't wait to see this fight. 3 of the 4 belts are on the line. They have this kind of set up for an undisputed title fight against the winner of Comey and Lopez, which is happening later in the year. I can't wait for this one. To me, this, again, I've said a couple times now, I think Campbell's the toughest opponent on paper that Lomachenko's going in against, in terms of hasn't lost in a while, isn't past his prime, hasn't been out of the ring for a long time, or isn't moving up in weight to fight Lomachenko. So I really think Campbell has a decent puncher's chance here, but he would have to hurt Loma and do something big early on to kind of press his will. But I think Loma's going to do what he always does and box extremely well, use his angles, stay on his toes, and I think he breaks down Campbell. And to be honest, I think he's going to stop Campbell in the middle to later rounds and retain his unified title and add the 3rd belt. So big time action coming up this Saturday. ESPN Plus. The whole card starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's from the United Kingdom. Again, if you just want to watch the co-feature and main event, I'm saying probably between 3:30, 4 o'clock, we're going to kick it off with all those, and they both should be good. Again, Fox is happening later on in the day. I think that card starts at 7, so make sure you check that out with Erislandy Lara. And I think that's pretty much it. So any other questions, give me a buzz, let me know. If you guys want any other details, anything like that. If not, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you're watching it. Lomachenko's, to me, he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in boxing. The only guy you could argue is Terrence Crawford right now, and it's close. So, check him out, guys. I said it before, I'll say it again. I've grown up watching a lot of all-time great fighters. I went back and watched a lot of all-time great fighters. To me, Lomachenko is the most talented, naturally talented fighter I have ever seen. So, check him out, and see what he does. So, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I will talk to you later. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.